In this video, we're back. We're going to be doing our golf ball test here. We are going to be working on that 50-yard shot, that all-important 50-yard shot, seeing which one works the best. Hey everybody, Scott Ogan coming at you here. We're back in my training center here. We're going to be hitting 50-yard wedge shots, testing out golf balls, seeing which one we like the best, seeing if there's any difference or anything we can differentiate. So thanks so much everybody for the feedback on the last video. We were looking at our 4 golf balls, just hitting some 6-irons. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to be hitting 50-yard shots, which I do with my 60-degree wedge, and this happens to be just a brand new 60, so we should be able to get some really good reads off it. Again, it's going to be informal test, just me hitting shots. Not doing any robotic testing, anything like that. So I'll try to give as much feedback as I can on the strikes as we go. But before we do that, I just want to, again, say thanks everybody for the support. Hopefully everybody's having a good start to their 2019. And if you want, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll be testing these with drivers. And also, if you're interested, I'm going to put a link down below. We have our online community where we give you practice plans, give you tips on how to get better as just from a drill standpoint, so that way you can be part of it. We also like to have people try to move up leaderboards, things like that. So something really cool that we're excited about at Scott Ogan Golf, and hopefully you want to check out. But we'll get on to the test. So with that, again, we've got the 4 golf balls we're using. We've got the ProV1, we've got the Snell, okay? We've got the Vice Pro Plus, and it's the Snell MTB Black. And then we've got the TaylorMade TP5. So those are the 4 we're doing. We're going to keep it consistent. So what we saw in the last time, what we were looking at is launch angle, spin, and carry. Here, carry, it's going to be a fixed number. So what we're really looking at is launch angle and spin. How consistent are those? And how tight can we kind of get those? So what you want is to be able to judge this shot. So we want to have very consistent launch angles and spin rates. So my goal is typically try to launch it around 30 or so with the launch angle. If I go lower, that's great, but that's typically kind of hard for me to do. We'll see. It's a new wedge, that could happen, and we'll see if the spin, I don't really have a goal in mind for spin, but just kind of want to see what I get. I would prefer a little bit more. I want to be able to stop this shot if I can. So if I can get up there, I don't know where we'll get to, but I would like to see which one spins the most for me. All right, but again, being consistent. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to hit 3 shots with each. We'll kind of give you the results and go from there. So I'm going to start it off with the ProV1. All right, so let's see. All right, so we did the Pro V. Obviously a great golf ball. We all know that. Got it to launch right around average of 29 to 30 degrees. So actually was able to take it down just a little bit. Spin rate's actually hovering just above 8,000 for an average. The lowest one was 7,600. The highest one actually up closer to 8,600. So that could be a little variance on how I hit it. I feel like I hit them pretty good. Being a new wedge, contact points you can see a little on the toe side, and pretty consistent on as far as height on the wedge. So it's actually pretty good. I always like when I see on the cover too, you can actually see some of the golf ball come off as we're hitting it. So that means it's got a good cover that I like for a good feel. But so far, good start. All right, so we're going to move on to the Snell golf ball. If you remember from the iron test, this one was really surprising to me. Great distance, great feel. Didn't fall off the map and spin on a 6-iron. So I'm really interested to see how it works with the wedge, seeing if I can generate just as much spin like the Pro V did. So let's see what we get with it. All right, so we got the Snell. What we saw there, again, hitting the 50-yard shot, spin definitely dropped off a little bit. The highest we got with the first 2 shots were in the 7,500. Third shot, which actually hit just as good, 7,200 range there for RPM. So definitely falls off. Also notice this ball does launch a little bit higher. So lowest I was able to get was 29.8. The average is 31 degrees. So it does launch a little higher. Spin definitely drops off. So something that I would have to definitely think about with this golf ball. We did notice that in the 6-iron, okay, it's losing a little bit of spin. That might be why we're able to hit it so far. But something to think about as you're putting together the whole picture of what the golf ball you want to use is, do you need that spin for where you're playing. So maybe you need to do an on-course test with this ball compared to the Pro-V to see where I need to be, but that's what I noticed as we hit those shots. So interesting thoughts with the Snell. So we're going to move back into the TaylorMade TP5. So in the 6-iron test, this was the second highest spinning ball. Also a great distance, so that was interesting. I'm interested to see again, how's it going to work with the wedges, kind of putting together the whole game, seeing what we get. So we'll give it a shot. All right, so we hit the 3 shots. What we found was good stuff. I mean, was able to hit the ball the correct distance, which is good. A lot, pretty much nailing the number 50. Average launch just above 30, and saw the spin. Actually was able to get up to 8,200 on spin, but really averaging up in that upper 7,000s, almost to 8,000 there. So it was really, actually a really good ball. And again, this was the one that was second on distance in the 6-iron test. So, this, as we start to put together the whole test and the whole picture, this TP5 might start becoming the leader in the clubhouse as we go. But really feels good. Felt like I could hit it and judge how hard I was hitting it, and had a feel for the shot. And again, like that, it was launching around 30, had that spin, not falling off the map. So that was a good one. So that one might be the new leader. So we're going to move on to the Vice ball. Let's see what we get. All right, so we got the Vice Pro Plus. If you remember, we'll see what happens when we do the wedge here. But you remember, we were able to hit this ball a pretty good distance, but the spin was falling off quite a bit with the 6-iron. So we're going to see if that's the case here and see what we get. But I'll be interested to see what happens as we go here. So let's see what we get. All right, so we hit the shots with the Vice. What do we find? Well, again, it feels okay. It doesn't feel as soft as the other golf balls, so on the cover side, maybe not as soft. I am noticing as well, this is a brand new ball. Hitting those wedges, I'm already wearing the cover. That could just be because of the red paint, but the cover is starting to wear. So that means, hey, I must be gripping it pretty good. But what I found is, again, hitting all those shots, I was able to hit a couple that were 7,500. Then the second one was 7,900. Then the third one was 6,800. And actually, I hit another one trying to hit it very similar. And again, it went down to 6,800. So, and then I hit a fifth one actually, and I was up into the mid 7,000. So started seeing some variance on all the spin as we were going. Also noticed it takes off a little higher. My guess is, again, just with the cover, not being able to grip as much. So we're seeing the ball kind of ride up the face a little bit. And, it's varying on how it launches and how it spins. So just something to think about. I mean, it's still spinning a lot, but you're going to vary a little bit. So if you're really looking for kind of predictability and consistency, you might have to think about that. We saw that again on the 6-iron as well. Just the spin would kind of drop and kind of vary a little bit. So just something to think about as you're going through. We like to see consistency and predictability in the golf ball as along with the performance. So that's something to think about as you go through it. All right, so kind of wrapping it up, we did the test here. We've got the 4 golf balls. My thoughts as we go through. One thing we didn't talk about with the 6-iron, but with the wedges, the Pro-V is showing that it is just you can see why it's the most played ball on tour. It's very predictable. You know what you're going to get, and it does it all the time. I mean, that's a great thing. Now, when we look at the TaylorMade ball, it's starting to kind of push a little bit, though, what the limits of what you're able to do. Again, you're able to get a lot of spin, which that Pro-V, and you think about tour players and the greens and stuff they're on, tight lies, spin around the greens is paramount. So this is the most spinning ball I think we saw there, but this TaylorMade's right up there too. So again, this is why you see this ball played a lot on tour. Now this one was also starting to push. The TaylorMade was pushing on the distance side, but something to think about there. You can definitely see with the more value golf balls, they're doing something that the spin is starting to fall off. If that's their goal, then hey, they're getting that. Maybe for us, people that aren't playing on 13 stimp greens or 12 stimp greens at country clubs, things like that, maybe we don't need that much spin around the greens. We can get away with like bump and run type shots or just having a little bit of spin. But this ball would still be very, very good. The Vice is just varying too much where, it made me hit more shots just because I wanted to see, all right, I thought I hit them good, but I wasn't getting the result I expected. So I will say that about the three, including the Snell and the ProV and the TaylorMade. What I like is at the end of the day, I'm getting what I expect. Even if you get a Snell ball and it has less spin, if that's what you expect, you can play it, all right? If you're getting one like a ProV and you got more spin, and that's what you expect, you can play it. If it's going to vary, that's when it gets frustrating because you think you hit a good shot, and then we go from there and it doesn't turn out as you hope. So just something to think about as you go. Again, I played this golf ball last year and I thought it was great, and I had a lot of fun with it and I enjoyed hitting it farther. So it still can be great. It's just think about what you're trying to do in your game as you're picking them out. And so we wanted to add this wedge part, and see how they perform under those conditions. So give those a thought, and hopefully this helps. So what we would want you to do is actually comment down below. What are your thoughts on each golf ball? What would you be looking for in the golf ball as you're trying to pick them out? And also ask us any questions you might have. So hopefully this was helpful, just giving you a chance to see what these golf balls are doing side by side. Again, not at a super scientific test, just me trying them out. And what I'd be looking for is I'm looking to hit these shots, and hopefully it'll help you as you're starting to think about when you get ready for the season, or if you're already playing and you're thinking about switching golf balls and making that decision. So again, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel down below. We'd love to have you. We're going to be doing a driver test here too, see how they perform with the big dog. And also we're going to have more tips and drills videos coming up for you as well. Want to make sure you get those as well. So thanks again everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.